Parade, Expo 86.
Where does the time go, my needle drops? Where does the time go? Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. This is an album review for the new Wolf Parade LP, Expo 86. Before I get into this review, I want to tell y'all that there is a new track from the band These Are Powers up at theneedledrop.com right now. It's good times. Find a link to download it in the D-Box. Wolf Parade is a Canadian rock quartet that is masterminded, for the most part, by two different songwriters, Boeckner and Spencer Krug. And these two guys are unbelievably busy. A lot of side projects, and I've been known to enjoy myself some Sunset Rubdown, some Frog Eyes, some Handsome Furs, and some Swan Lake too. What I love about these guys is that no matter what song they're singing, Dan and Spencer just let everything just pour out all over to the track, just spilling everything everywhere, emotions all over the place, can't control them. And how Dan and Spencer stay together in a band is completely beyond me. It's a tribute to working together, because to me, they are very, very different songwriters. Of course, Dan is way more visceral, way more of a hook man, and all about being straightforward and to the point. Spencer, on the other hand, is much more into unconventional things, abstract lyrics, very weird song structures, stopping, building instrumentation back up and starting again. He has a much stronger experimental side. But these differences on Expo 86 have, for the most part, disappeared. This album really shoots for a consistent sound, using production to maintain a cohesive aesthetic. You could just land on any track on this album and you're bound to find some really booming, loud drums, a lot of burning guitar distortion, and some extremely bright reverb on the vocals. It's really a rock record and the most no-nonsense that Wolf Parade has ever been. I mean, if these guys have ever dawdled a little bit too much for your taste, this may be the time to give them a second chance. But I am turned off quite a bit by the production. The reverb is so freaking loud on the vocals that it's almost distracting, and it really doesn't complement Dan's vocals or Spencer, because something that both of them have in common is that they like to do a lot of vocal yelping. And of course this yelping is only magnified by the fact that you're hearing it repeated 2 or 3 times by the echo. Also, this album is really, really compressed. Just everything is so thick and loud and voluminous throughout every track from beginning to end. Even the points at which there is less instrumentation, it is loud, which really kills the dynamics of these songs. But I get it, the band is clearly going for some kind of gut reaction. Get loud, don't think, just rock. However, this suit, to me, fits Boeckner much more snugly than it does Krug. Dan is as energetic as he's ever been, writing songs that go from 0 to 60 in a second flat, while Spencer's usual experiments with volume and swells, stopping and starting, are kind of silenced on this album, not only by the production, which I do not think complements him, but by trying to write songs like Dan in a catchier fashion. But I wouldn't say Spencer's attempts at this are completely fruitless. What Would My Lover Say is one of my favorite tracks on this, and CAVE-O-SAPIEN is one of the most fiery songs on this album. This record most definitely grooves, it moves, there's a lot of tight playing on this thing. It's upbeat, cracks like thunder, picks a sound and sticks to its guns. It's most definitely an admirable release, but sometimes this direction worked for me, and other times it didn't. In fact, quite a few times it didn't. I'm feeling a strong 6 to a light 7 on this, just about in that area. I thought it was okay. I didn't really hate this album, but let me know what you think. Did you like this thing? Did you hate this thing? And why? Anthony Fantano, Wolf Parade, Expo 86, forever.